Hi, I'm Carl from the Woodshop TV, and today I'm going to make this entry table. I used maple and walnut for the top and steel pipes for the legs. Let's get started. Help support the companies that support our community. I'm going to assemble the legs first, so I ran to the home store, picked up some half-inch steel pipe. The longer pieces here, I have 4 of them at 24 and 1 of them at 48, but they come with a little bit of grease on them and there's some lettering on them, so I washed them off, sanded them a little bit, so they're a little bit different color. Something like this, you can repaint them black if you want to. This is going to be in the house, so I don't have to worry about rusting, but if you're going to do a table outside, I would definitely spray them with at least a clear so you can prevent rusting. So you need 8 of these little plates here. 4 of them will go on the bottom, 4 of them will go up underneath the table. I got 6 of these little T's and 3, 6, 8 of these little 4.5-inch pieces here. So I'm just going to go ahead and assemble that, and that way when I start working on the table, I'll know exactly how much I need for the overhang. You don't need to get carried away tightening these up either with a pipe wrench, because you don't want to mar them up too much. What's neat about this is I'm doing a wood top, and I'm going to do some little detail in the center, but you can use a piece of countertop. You can you can even make your own concrete top if you want. I did some concrete countertops a while back, and it's actually a lot easier than you might think. Alright, so let me just put this together real quick, and then we can get to work on the top. And I'm using maple for the top, and I'm going to do a little bit of detail, some detail pieces in the center out of walnut. There we go, that's really it. At the home store too, they'll custom cut and thread any size you want. So if you want to do a custom size table or a much larger one, they'll do it right there for you, which is pretty cool. All right, let me get this out of the way and we'll start working on the top. For the top, I'm going to use maple and walnut. These are 2 maple planks. They're about 1 inch thick and about 60 inches long and 12.5 wide. I'm going to end up trimming this down afterwards, but I just wanted to get them cleaned up. So what I'm going to do is create an S shape in this, and I'm going to cut it out on the bandsaw. I'm just going to freehand it. The walnut, I'm going to go do a couple of discs in it, and they're going to separate the boards when they come back together. Before you transfer this over to the other board, go ahead and sand this all smooth. If you have any little divots in it, I have a little one right there, and you want to get out all the saw marks so they have a nice clean edge to match. I have it all sanded up. I'm going to transfer it over now, and I just slid the waste piece from this underneath it to line it up so it's level. So with the grain pattern on this, I think it's going to look like it was one solid piece that I cut in half, because I'm getting this pattern right through there, so it'll be pretty cool. And just trace along it, and then we'll take it right back to the bandsaw and trim off that little bit right there, and it should go back together like a puzzle. There we go, it fits together pretty good. What I tried to do was stay on this side of the line when I was cutting it so that I could fine tune it. So what I'm going to do is just sand down this material here on this side till it fits together good. But when I'm done, it's going to be about 1/2 inch apart anyway, so it's not real critical that it fits together perfectly. So I just went ahead and put the disc in between center, trued it up the best I can. So what I'm going to do is just bring this down until it's true. I'm probably going to go a little bit under it so I make sure that all of them are the same size when I'm done. And we won't worry about doing anything else to it. We're just going to clean it up and bring the diameter down so that they're all the same. I want them as close as possible. And to do that, I'm just going to use the square carbide cutter, and it will just bring it down really quick. All right, I just set the legs on here to kind of even everything up, but this is actually the top of it. So I have the discs here. I went in 7 inches from the ends and centered this one. So what I'm going to do is trace around them now. I tried to get that center point as close to the center of the little groove as possible. I'm going to trace them out and then cut those pieces out. And I'm going to router around this, around the groove, use a round over bit to go in on that, and then around the discs as well. So it kind of looks like it's flowing into it. I put a little shim in there to hold them up flush, so I'm just going to glue them in. So just going to run a bead of glue around the back side, and I'm going to end up flipping this thing over and putting a little insert in there to help hold it together underneath this, because they're not quite the same thickness. But we'll do that after this all sets up. I used a level to straighten up all the legs, and make sure you pre-drill a pilot hole, especially on hardwood like this. To clean up the sides, I used a straight edge to mark it, and then used a circular saw to trim off the excess, and then just resanded it. For the finish on this, I used Howard's beeswax and orange oil. It's just a wipe-on finish, and it goes on really easy. There we go. It's 58 inches long and 21 inches wide. And again, I used maple and walnut for it, and the legs are out of the steel pipes. And I got the idea for that from Ben over at Homemade Modern. He's done a lot of cool projects using steel pipes like that. And like I said in the beginning of the video, you can have them custom cut and thread any size you want. So it's pretty cool. You can do a lot of neat stuff with it. All right, if this is your first time here, I have a new project video every Friday. I hope to see you there. Till next week, take care.